And next up we have Brandon. Please give him a round of applause.
Okay, so I'm going to start off with a really bad poem that I really want to rewrite, but I was told to read tonight anyway. So it's called Joyous Holidays, and I'm going to dedicate it to my dad's parents. All right, so it's Thanksgiving again, a time to be thankful, and a time to spend time or relax, and a time to spend relaxing and enjoying a nice meal with your family, a time to get together and be with some of the relatives who mean the most to you, who've helped you make you who you are, have been involved in your life, have and still support you through good and bad times, are proud of your goals, support your dreams, encourage your education, and are always there for you, meaning you know you can count on them through the good and the bad. I hate this fucking holiday. These family gatherings, the awkward time which starts as soon as I walk through the door, the sideways glances, the quiet, muffled comments, the damn small talk. Yeah, I realize I'm a disappointment. I realize my dream and goals aren't quite right, aren't quite what you expected or approve of. God forbid I learn a second language, or like to read a book, an Asian language, for me to learn at that. Yes, since the time I was little, ever since I can remember, you all talked about what savages, heartless thieves, rapists and murderers, Asians, or any other ethnicity for that matter is. And here I am learning Japanese. That goes over real well, sure. You never said anything specifically to me about it, but you don't have to. The glances and disapproving, mocking tone are more than enough. The shock on their faces when they asked if I was actually learning Japanese, the fact that my dad felt the need to tell everyone beforehand so that the initial shock, the comments could pass. My dad, who still doesn't approve or show any interest but tries his best to hide it, his disappointment that I would do something in Japan, or another country for that matter, not populated with white people, that I'd even expressed interest in Japan. Sure, I'm a disappointment in this regard, but maybe I'll change my mind, everyone said, with hope in their voice, scarcely trying to conceal it, and as if I'm still a child. I'm not 12 anymore, not a kid anymore. I'm sorry if my dreams and goals aren't what you had in mind, but quite frankly, I don't give a damn. What bothers me most, though, are the little comments made. Maybe he'll have slanted eyes when he comes back after this summer, since he's going over there, my living grandmother says. I can't even begin to describe how much I hate this bitch. My other grandma, who's now gone, was one of the only ones who supported me, actually cared, was not disappointed but interested, and urged me on. God, why her? Why did you have to take her? She always asked how my studying was going and would try and help in any way possible. Never once did she give me that disappointed, disapproving stare, make snide comments, or try and convince me that I'll change, that I need to change my mind, and yet she's gone now. Christmas is next. Oh, how I look forward to that. To the other family gatherings of the year. Yeah, I think I'll just stay home. I can't wait to leave this place, leave Ohio and never come back, never look back, to never have to deal with them again. Okay, and the next poem is... The next poem is fantastic because it was written by Manuel, just about conversations and things I've said over the semester. And, alright, it's
Take
called...
responsibility for your poem.
Oh, I take responsibility, Manuel, because it's things I've said, but... Alright, it's titled, BJ Will Never Say No to a BJ in the Underground of Unsentimental Love. Brandon Jett will never say no to a blowjob in the underground of unsentimental love as the Alley Project cuts the veins of new third-shift suicide songs straight from the lactating heroine of slow Kroger crucifixions as I live out every weekend as I shadow my mind, turning pages with Canadian handmaidens who chain and bind me in the pillory of negative thought images that nearly grind and pulverize me. Once again, I call upon you, my searing siren of December dialectic, to arouse, carouse, and soothe me, to break my gambling habit into a new addiction, which I can drown heart and soul, to forge my senses into purely caffeinated cut of black gold. Burn my tongue and let me not smile again until you recompose me into a Lacanian killing machine, whereby the mirror of my infancy turns into a boundless rage of unrepentant eros, until I fuck you in hell and redeem my soul by the root of my burning balls, swallow them into your greedily agitated mouth, suck them until they melt like scalding honey, until the executioner's rope of unwanted labor hangs from the ripe olive branch, upon which wind-up hummingbirds stand still, and I can remember to kiss you again, when the war of my unrequited loves and desires finally ended with neither a whimper nor a bang, but the red, black, and green banner of SOS unfurling feverishly like my dream of a red-headed porno queen, whom I'll anoint with the succulent scepter of my polymorphous poetry, gauged to writing degree absolute zero. So fuck all you who said I was a half-woman and never had a hell of a chance with a swell-looking babe of my wet dreams. You can suck my dick as I pull the trigger of my unsentimental love right through your goddamn head. I have another poem that I wrote as I was half asleep and half awake, because I work third shift and I wake up sometimes, and so this came to me then. It's called Within the Darkness, and okay. In the land between sleep and consciousness, I lie. In the limbo between dream and reality, I seek rest, but find none. My eyes open. I see a shape, a hellish, demonic figure. What sort of fiend, what monstrosity is this? I wonder for a moment, until I realize that it is me. Could it be my shadow, or could it be something more? Is this foul darkness the wickedness within me, my own sin, my personal evil, the demon which is me? Or is it simply another delusion from someone driven mad by boredom, by inactivity, frustration, and longing, a mere illusion of someone no longer able to sustain this idleness, this psychotic boredom, and a prison of pointless, meaningless days, which simply pass by, in which I observe and do not take part? I see now that I can no longer return to that way of life, that state of being, that patient numbness of mind in which I am able to ignore the present. No, I'm now in the present, and for my sanity can no longer remain an observer of my own life. And because of this, I've never been happier. And then I have one more that I just wrote tonight. And it's inspired by a book that we're reading in Satomi's literature class. Okay, and yeah, it's called Rebirth. The world, once so young, so innocent and beautiful, full of love and goodness, is going straight to hell, being consumed in fire and brimstone by wrinkling cocks and rotting cunts, stealing the innocence, the lifeblood from this once beautiful life, the world, the ancient cocks screwing it in the ass, the dry, saggy pussies making everything smell of fish, shit, and mothballs. The once holy world, now desecrated, defiled, raped, corrupted, and never to be the same. The only chance of salvation being genocide. Genocide against the limp old dicks and the spent, worn-out cunts. Kill them all. And while we're at it, kill the ignorant, polluting the human mind, the soul, with negativity, with hatred, and with more ignorance, because ignorance brings forth more ignorance, more pain, more misery. The ignorant and the old, worn-out cocks and cunts, have invaded, taken over, and destroyed this world, our humanity, the very essence, the core of everything, leaving no choice but genocide. So let them burn, let them wail and scream, crying for mercy, as they've made others cry, and we will ignore them, as they've ignored us. Slaughter them all, everyone, and let innocence reign, be reborn from the ashes of these assholes. Burn the world and let it start anew.
And next up we have James. If you please give him a round of applause.
Hey, how you doing? Oh my goodness. I just wanted to let everybody know that these banners that are posted behind me represent no one of color. There's one, but there is not one that mainly represents this college. Yeah, it's quite small on a large scale. Quite small. I did see that before, and I did talk to the people who run the union. They're going to change them to further their marketing strategies. That's what they told me. So, exactly. So they will be changed, but just to let you know, open your eyes and, yeah, that's it. Thank you.